you know about Thai coffee? I didn't know a whole lot until recently. I was asked by Coffee T&I Magazine to write an article about specialty coffee in Thailand. I did a bunch of research, some interviews, and one of those interviews was with Pack, a tech startup founder turned coffee brewer. He was a major resource for this article on Thai coffee, so I wanted to share the full interview here on YouTube. You'll hear Pak's personal story and the surprising surge of specialty coffee within Thailand. So here's the interview with Pak.
Hi, Ken.
Oh,
How are you?
good. How are you?
It's so nice to see you here.
Yeah, you as well. Let's start at the beginning then. Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about your background in Thai
Yeah.
coffee. I read your article on in the I'm not a barista, but
Oh, you did?
only a little bit. Yeah.
So basically, how do I put it? It's my background is very in different way. So I was in tech startup before as the co-founder of a tech company. We do a travel trip planner base, and you plan a trip based on a photo. So imagine you see the photo on Instagram, you want to go there. You click on that photo, and we plan the whole trip for you by just the place where you want to go, exactly the location and everything. And after COVID, this is where the coffee journey began. I usually don't drink coffee. What I drink is an instant coffee at the co-working space, or you can put a latte on a machine in WeWork and stuff. So that's just how I do. I believe you have experience on that. Never thought that I would come to coffee. And after I got broke and no job, the company went down, bankrupt and stuff. My friends, right, is working with the farmer, one farmer in Thailand. She actually consider herself as a need, but they're not in relationship, but they kind of know each other for so long, like an auntie family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She just want to give me some motivation and cheering me up on my life because it was so miserable, to be honest. It was like so dark. You don't know where to go. You don't know if you could find a job at the time during COVID, and you lost everything, right? So she sent me a coffee bean. My first ever seen a coffee bean in like a coffee bean. And once I said it, I was like, why are you doing this to me? Well, this doesn't make any sense.
I don't
Like,
know how to make this.
I don't know how to make this. And are you joking with me and stuff? And she was like, well, to be honest, you can make coffee. When you want to make coffee, you don't actually need anything. You can just need a hot water and a coffee bean. And I was like, how? My whole life with the coffee, instant coffee is different, right? Because it's all processes, and also in the very small, tiny thing like sugar. You put water, you can drink it, but this is a whole different thing. It's a coffee bean, and there's nothing. So, and she was referring me to something called cupping, which I bet you know about cupping and everything, right?
Yeah.
And that's the first ever I tasted coffee in that way.
Hmm.
And I crushed the coffee bean, put hot water there, and then I taste coffee. It the first sip of myself with this coffee was not coffee at all. It's the blowing my moment. Like, why is this coffee taste like a red cherry? Like, I never had this experience before. And she sent me like a couple of the coffee. And that when it started to get me put some saving to buy a coffee equipment, such as pen press and this very, very cheap coffee grinder, like super cheap one. And I start to make a coffee with French press. I drink it. It was great. It was very red cherry again, and it's just not coffee. And she sent me a dark roasted coffee as well. So I want to make my wife some latte art and stuff. And that is literally the beginning how I get into coffee when I start to learn how to make a mocha and what literally mocha is. Um, about 5 years now, I think 4 or 5 years that I've been in this. Um, at that time, I didn't even know how different between latte, piccolo, and the mocha. Also, even what's it called, caramel macchiato. I worked at Starbucks before. I don't really know the meaning of it. I only know like, okay, you do this one pump, use this another pump, and that's caramel macchiato. You put the caramel on top. But the true meaning of it, I never know, and I never really know anything. But because of this coffee bean, is allow me to study, learn, go on YouTube, search on everything during the COVID, and I saw that one of the things that Thailand missing, like Thai people are missing at the moment, was like the education about coffee, like not like a deep education on SCA course or not like super high end or super deep knowledge science like physics coffee, not that like that, but the knowledge where they can start to observe and understand how the coffee can taste like and what the real coffee look like and how like to brew it correctly to get like some result, get good flavor and everything. So I started a page called 50 Mill Street, and that's the beginning of the journey. At the beginning, I was doing this for fun. Um, Technically for fun because you got straight from the other business and stuff, so you're doing this for fun. You're trying to educate people, so I enjoy it very much until my money is just no more. So you cannot live anymore now. There's no way you can do. Um, and that's when I start to kind of doing a pre-order stuff, like you promote the product and then you pre-sell before we have the product for people. And I start to do some fancy product that import from Japan, and I ask them to pay a money upfront. So that's the beginning of everything, and I earn money little by little because I could only take a small margin. But because of I start to educate people and try to use that machine or the brewer or the grinder or the scale and everything and stuff, people start to recognize it and they kind of trust the brand that we build it. At the beginning, people only know us like, okay, this brand, Halio, and other places, Boberto, the cold brew. They never thought that the 50 Mill Street would exist. And when we keep on educating people, telling people how things go, and focusing on the farmer, because I've been carrying the farmer so much since then. I talk a lot about farmer, Thai farmer. I visit the farm. That's later because I don't have money yet. so,
Get
so
ahead of yourself.
yeah, so I hustling it, getting money by one until my page on Facebook gets expanded from 5 people to 500 in like a week or two. That's very impressive.
Wow.
At the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
I think it's because of a lot of like engagement with the customer, engagement with the user, or engagement like on a good conversation in coffee.
Yeah.
So I
It
do
seems like a lot of people were experiencing exactly what you were experiencing,
right.
where there was a need for that
Right.
education. And
Yeah, at the same
right.
time, I think it's kind of people look for something different during the pandemic, and coffee is something that you can do at home. So a lot of Thai people, oh, this is gonna come up to the part of the interview as well. So Thai people at the time during pandemic, they jump into coffee like crazy. Like
Mm,
it never existed like this before. All the people in Thailand who work in corporate, they have to work from home and everything. So they start coffee. Everyone start to do coffee and learn more about coffee. And that's when I was jumping in. I think it was the right moment and the right time to do this. So people look for an information that they could not find. And I was trying to summarize it as easiest way possible. Like when I say about coffee, people don't understand how light roast, medium roast, and dark roast was. So I explained it to them. The difference is right roast is very acidity. There is some fruit. Medium, more chocolate, and dark is burn. So when you drink coffee, you burn, but everything tastes different. It's depending on the preference and stuff. Like for dark roast, when you put sugar on the dark roast, it tastes amazing. No doubt.
right. Right.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. That's how we drink the coffee in the past. And light roast is this, and I'm trying to educate it one by one, step by step, processes and everything. And
Were most of
after
the people you were connecting with, were they in the cities?
mostly city and also outside of the city because of COVID, everyone cannot get out. So
Hmm.
everyone stay home trying to learn things. And because of that, after my page went viral, now 500 to 5,000 within like a month or two. Yeah, it just go crazy. And that's when I can start importing the coffee equipment by pitching to them, like, I want to sell your product, but I don't have money. Would you
Yeah.
would you kind of
Trust me,
invest
please.
in me, please? And that was the start. And I got Kinto and Philo interested in me at the time. There are the branch in Thailand, not like the Philo USA, it's not, but the people who introduced Philo to Thailand. And then I got to sell a lot. The business keep going up more and more until we reached like 1 million, and then we reached like 2 million and 10 million baht, not US dollar. So it's about like 300,000. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
still quite a lot.
yeah, that's quite a lot at the time. And that when I start to make some impact, because finally I can survive with myself, and I wanted to give back to the people who brought me here today. So I went to visit all the farmer in Thailand, a whole bunch of them, like all of them, just to understand, learn more, talk about them, doing an interview with them in Thai, like in article and stuff, and also like go stay with them to see how they know and if they need help on anything, and how could I help them. I was thinking a lot of how could I help them expanded the market, because I've been seeing one farmer which who helped me has like the time when I went there, he only has one small house,
Mm.
like one tiny house. And after we grow through things together, now he built like a very big house, and his kids was playing around, go to school. I was so happy, and I never thought that I would experience this myself as well. It may sound like very cheesy, but it was a true story. Like how I seen them at the beginning. I went there in the mountain, very north. There's no hot water. When you take a shower, you need to take like a negative 13 something cold water at the time. It was crazy. And now they have a heater. They have like a facility to make some heat, hot water, taking a shower and stuff. It was impressive.
Yeah.
And
How did that change? How did that change happen? Like, what did they just start growing more coffee or selling coffee at a higher price, or what changed?
the change is that the farmer get the education. So the farmer have an access to how they could process the coffee. One of the problem in Thailand is that the coffee bean in Thailand have like still a not very good variety in Thailand. So we have Cartimore, we have Bourbon, we have yellow and red Bourbon, we have Java and stuff. We don't have a crazy stuff like Geisha and stuff. So we don't have those kind of crazy. And our latitude and longitude is not like over 16,000, 1600. So it's almost impossible to say that we could have a high quality coffee with just like natural and wash. So the thing that take in is that we do some different kind of process. We start to do some anaerobic and double anaerobic and all those crazy fancy Gucci process and stuff. So we learn from the farmer outside, like for example, people from Colombia, people from Panama, or the people who are from outside who can speak English. So they come to us more and more. During COVID, I think they got to speak on, what's it called? On Zoom and everything. And there's one person called Lucia. I forgot her last name. I'm not sure if you know Lucia.
Phillies, yeah.
Yeah. So she was talking on podcast, and everyone could access to it, right? Which is great. And all the roaster in Thailand, not all the roasters, sorry, my apology. Like some of the roaster who speak English, they listen to it, and then they go tell the farmer and explain it like, hey, why don't you do this? You have to control this environment and stuff. And during the time, we do a lot of processes, but we cannot control it. Like back then, 3 years, 4 years ago, right? So they could not control the quality of it. They can make one process and they're gone. Like they could make one amazing coffee, and then it just like that
Couldn't
year
repeat it.
you can repeat it. And because of that, right? So a lot of roaster they wanna oh so all the roaster in Thailand they go up to the north to the farmer, which Thailand is one of the country that is very special. All the coffee we consume it in our country. We grow coffee, we roast our coffee by ourselves, and we drink our own coffee, which not happening in Ethiopia or in Colombia, in Panama. I don't think that happened very much. But in Thailand, it's like a circle. So we drink, we understand, we know, we go back to the farmer. And
Mm.
all the cafe here in Thailand, they love being in the farm. Like they love visit the farmer. They love to help the farmer, and it became a meme as well. Everyone have need to have their own like nano lot, like like like
This
cafe
is
A
my
nano
coffee.
lot, cafe B nano lot, or they went up to the north. The north is where the coffee grow as their special process for their
Mm.
cafe specifically.
Are the
So
farmers happy about that? Are they happy to do
we're very
that, or
excited about it.
yeah, it doesn't bother them?
It it didn't bother them sometimes. I think some of the farmer who are very popular already, they're not gonna do that. Yeah, only a small
They're like, I
farmer.
already know what I'm
Yeah, I
doing.
already know. Let's not do it. So I can do better and sell you more.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's very interesting. Like it was very fun to see the journey of it. And because of that, right? As we process a lot and we never know how to do that again, um, the crew grader just come to Thailand a lot, and a lot of Thai people study and take exam and become a crew grader.
Mm.
Also the crew processor, which I don't know, there's so many in Asia here in Thailand, which I don't understand why everyone need to take that exam. Like me personally, I don't think it would be worth that. But a lot of cafe or a lot of roaster, they just went out and take the Q grade on process it and everything. Oh, which is great. It's not wrong. It's great for the community. It's great for the industry to keep growing. And
Yeah.
because of that, we have more educated people, right? In a very short time. So we expanded the research, and now we do one of the process called LTLS.
Mm.
Wait, is this right? Let me see. LTLS. It's like low temperature, low humidity room.
Mm.
Let me search just to make sure it's right. It's correct. Yeah, LTLS. Yeah, right. It's a coffee drying process in the control environment. Because in Thailand, one of the problem that we are facing very big time is the changing of the weather from global warming. So it rained differently, and the coffee cherry didn't come out like exactly like it was before. So the process is when you have a lot of rain, a lot of humidity, you cannot control it if you do it outside, right? So in Thailand now we do like the LTLS. I'll copy this for you. So it's
Yeah.
easier.
Send that to me. That's very interesting.
Hmm. I'm not sure in other country if they do that or not. I have to sign in to send you a message. Wait 1 second.
Oh. You can just email it to me later too.
I'll email to you later. Yeah, I'll email you the whole bunch of information.
Cool. Okay, great.
Yeah, but they start do this a lot, and to do this, right, to do the LTLH room, you need the space, and a lot of farmer actually came to the challenge where they don't have the space for it. And one of the fun thing is that they build their own community just to do it, and they bought like the humidity like thermometer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and everything by themselves, and now they control it. And I liked it a lot because the farmers talk to each other here in Thailand.
Mm.
It's like
Mm.
a community, a small community where they can keep talking about how they could do this, do that, and they have a meetup in the coffee. And we have a lot of like coffee event back then in the past. After COVID, like post COVID, we have a lot of coffee event, and every event we would have like the farmer come up from the north to Bangkok or come up from the north to the south and stuff. So it's very great for people to meet. And now we have the farmer from the north meeting the farmer from the south. The south is the Robusta area, and on the north is the Arabica. So they kind of exchange information and everything. And the coffee festival, every time we have all the farmer came in, like the Thai farmer. We don't have the farmer from outside until this year. This year, the Thailand Coffee Festival that's happening right now during we are talking this week. We have the farmer from Colombia, the farmer from Panama, like Granja, like uh, what's that? La Esperanza come to Thailand as well, and we have all the champion come together, which is great. I think Thailand coffee have been moving very fast, like, and coffee quality have been growing fast too. Like last 2 years, yeah, 2013, 2020, 22, we have the first Cup of Excellence pilot here. and this year is the actual Cup of Excellence for the Thailand community or the Thai market. So I think coffee in Thailand will be more viral in the way that the higher quality we have. And also this year, one of the barista competition, um, one Thai person got it on the 13th place by using the Thai coffee. I'm not sure if that's for espresso or latte, but it's very impressive on how the Thai coffee have
Yeah.
been moving forward. And also Don Chan, the Hong Kong barista champion, used Thai coffee, natural geisha, to won his competition in Hong Kong as well. So I think since the coffee comes more on the competition field, that should be very good in the future.
Yeah.
That's it.
That sounds
But
like, sorry.
there's a challenge too. I'm sorry I speak too
Yes,
much.
please.
Yeah, there's also a challenge here because in Thailand this year we have faced a very big problem. So because in Thailand it's rained a lot, right? This year it's rained like much more than before because of the climate change, I believe. I'm not sure, but I guess it is. So the production of the Thai coffee from 100% reduced it to 35% this year. It's crazy.
35.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's way different, right? Because of the climate change and everything. And the price of the Thai coffee bean now, back then in the past, when we exported, according to a friend who exported coffee, I went to ask them before I come to your interview. They said before that the Thai coffee was pricing around $8 to $9, which is expensive already per kilo. It's expensive,
yeah.
but now it's went up to $12, which is 3 or $4 more. It's very expensive, but uh, but you get a higher quality in the town because even though we have a small quantity, but we can still produce a very high quality of the coffee by that low quantity. Yeah.
Is that rainfall putting a lot of hardship on farmers?
Yeah,
Or
I
do
think
you think it's
so.
just going to be one year and then next year hopefully will be better?
I hope that the next year would be
Yeah.
better because this year was the worst. We never experienced this before. And yeah, Thai coffee have been highest in the history as well right now on the price. Even though we buy it inside the country, like it's still more expensive.
Yeah.
And many of the roaster have to use the outside coffee now, like coffee from Colombia or Ethiopia more because we don't have enough Thai coffee for Thai
Yeah,
people.
I was gonna ask if you see coffee from other countries in Thai cafes.
Yes, we do now even more because of the situation.
It's expensive, yeah.
It's expensive. So a cup of coffee from Ethiopia would be the same price as a cup of coffee from Thailand. Like should be the same. Like when you have cup, but usually Thai coffee should be cheaper. Like
Yeah.
we would buy like maybe $3 cup for Thai coffee and like $5 for Colombia coffee, but now same $5 for a cup of coffee every country.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah. Huh. Well, so you've talked about how like the quality and processing has gone up and the production has gone up. How have you seen that? Like, how have you seen Thai coffee change in the cafe and the consumption level?
The Thai coffee would change a lot now as well. I think before, in the cafe before COVID, so we drink only dark roast, we do some espresso shot with instant milk. I'm not sure if you had that before.
Uh-huh.
It's
Uh-huh.
like Vietnamese coffee, but in Thai version, and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have a lot of that. So we drink with ice. It's very cold, very chill. We love it. But now, nowadays in Thailand, people do a lot of pour over or filter coffee. So every place where you go in Thailand in the cafe, you definitely gonna see a pour over station, and you can order a pour over. And in Thailand, we don't have money to buy an expensive machine just like the US, like batch brew and everything. So they have to be a barista pouring the pour over themselves. But in the good way, barista get to talk more and presenting more about the farmer story to the audience or the customer who coming to the cafe. And I think it's been very great because it's helped the farmer expand their work, see how they work, and it's very good ecosystem for the coffee because it's like coming back and forth. And now people understand the coffee, they help each other. They drinking more coffee from the local, they're drinking more coffee, they learn more about process. I think everything is just narrowing, going up in a
Yeah.
vertical size, um, which I liked it a lot. And I think in Thailand we become more like Australian coffee very soon, like the vibe of the coffee, because it's been crazy. Cafe in Thailand also crazy.
Yeah.
Like in every month you will see one new cafe, maybe more. I'm not sure the number exactly, but a high-end architecture cafe just born and built as it
Yeah.
randomly. And I was like,
Just
wow, I
pops
never
up.
seen this cafe before. It looked great. Oh, they use good coffee. Oh, they use this farmer. Oh, they even have a roastery. And and we have so much of roaster here in Thailand as well. Which if you compare to the US, like in one city, you would have like maybe four roaster, five roaster. In a New York City, definitely more like 10 or 12. But in Thailand, one city, you have at least four roaster already. So, and Thailand are much smaller than the US.
Right.
Imagine that. Like
Right.
in the US, Boston is very big. We still have like eight, nine roaster that people
Yeah.
know very well. But
Yeah.
in Thailand, in the very far away region, they have the roastery. And I was like, how? How did you have the roaster? How did you have money to buy a roaster? Right? That's what's very funny.
Right.
And one of the fact that I know is that they use the roaster in China, so it's cheaper. Like if
Wow.
you buy the roaster here in the US, it's so expensive. For example, lard, right? It's just so
Right.
expensive thing. But in Thailand, you could buy it like half price or third price of it, like very cheap. So they could do it. And some are even more crazy. They build their own roaster.
Wow.
I love the story. I love the story. So one farmer, um, he he built his own roaster because he don't have money to buy the roaster. So he used like a tank and all the fire and gas, and then he put a thermometer there in the front, and he keep like make it automate like itself, and then he keep tracking on the temperature, and he put just adjust the heat manually, and it became coffee, and it was very good.
Wow.
You just don't have the
That's
grab and
impressive.
function. I know, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so impressed, and he when once he built the roaster, he sell it to the other farmer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is he,
after he bored, he was
yeah.
like, oh, I'm bored of this one now. Okay, I'll make a new one, and then
Did
we
he
can
start
have it.
making a new one then?
Yeah, he keep on making
He's
it.
just doing it.
Just keep doing it.
He's
Yeah.
not a farmer anymore. He's a roaster manufacturer.
He's still the farmer, but roast coffee for his own. I mean, it's good. Oh yeah, one of the thing is that the farmer here in Thailand usually a few, not a few, I think more than a few. They have the roaster machine inside their farm.
Oh, wow.
You never seen it
Then
in anywhere else.
do they mostly sell roasted coffee then, or do they sell green coffee and
They
roasted
sell green
coffee?
coffee and their roasted coffee. Their roasted coffee usually sell in like a very dark roast
Hmm.
or medium to dark. Not typically the light roast, but because of that, it's kind of help them scale the business very fast. Plus, once you sell the coffee bean in package, it's way more, way more price than what they sell in green bean.
Right,
Like for
right.
example, we buy green bean for $4 and then we sell it like $8, like 50% more. Imagine the farmer have their own green bean, roast their own coffee, and they sell it. The margin went up like 80%, which is a
Wow,
lot.
that's a
Yeah,
lot.
and it happened a lot in Thailand.
Hmm.
But on the other side, I see it in a good way and a bad side. In a bad side is that they don't focus more on their green bean anymore,
Mm.
and they look for money to just like sell the
Mm.
coffee bean and
So
stuff. So
they're not as focused on the processing and
right,
the growing. They're focused more on the
right,
roasting. Mm.
right. So that's the downside of it when they drag the farmer from producing great process and making great coffee for the roaster.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do most people then drink coffee in cafes or in their homes or a little combo of both?
About the yeah, about combo, we have a lot of like celebrity in coffee in Thailand. So when someone who brew it very good, they will keep talking on it, and people have to go there to just drink the coffee directly. For example, there's one girl we call her the drip queen. So she drip like filter coffee very good. We call
Yeah.
her the drip queen.
Yeah.
So everyone have to drive to the province like to visit her to drink coffee. And it was like she's not opening every day as well. She's just like open by her feeling. So you have to go there and drink her coffee. And also we have the drip king. So he could drip a very good coffee, Thai coffee. So
Yeah.
everyone give him a name as the drip king because he can brew every coffee, specifically Thai coffee, and it tastes good, like
Wow.
every coffee. Which I don't know how. I went to learn from him as well. He teach me a lot of trick and tick, and it was great. So I appreciate all his work, and because of he being in the coffee industry for so long, so that's why he could like
He's
stand
got so much
everything right.
experience.
So much experience. That's right.
Yeah. What do you think is the most exciting thing for the future of Thai coffee? Where do you see it going?
I think if we don't have this challenge this year for the coffee, like if we don't have the small crop, this is the very good year for Thai coffee. I think um, Green Spy is one of the company who export Thai coffee to the world. A lot of Thai coffee you will see in Europe now, you will see in Canada, and you will see in the US. US not so much. I still don't see it that much, but in Canada, we start seeing it now. In Europe, in England, UK, you definitely see it. Like some of the roastery have the Thai coffee being accessible, so they would sell Thai coffee there already. And I think because of this, Thai farmer get recognized more,
Mm.
and they're doing all crazy process as El Paraiso, if you know, or
Mhm.
Granja Paraiso 92.
Mhm.
So now they start to speak English as well. Farmer, and very impressive. They could speak English too. So
Yeah.
people get to interview them like from Robo. That's why I asked you like, oh, you may need the English like speaker from the farmer. And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
farmer themselves also a feel grader. It's very crazy right now. And I'm trying to get in touch with one person. She is also the Q processor, and
Uh-huh.
she is the farmer. So she worked on the farm, and she is very popular and very hard to catch her. Popular one.
She
Yeah.
got very busy.
Yeah, very busy. These two couple is very busy. And I want you to
Power couple.
interview her. Maybe you get some insight from them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I think Thai coffee now start to grow because of the quality of it, right? Cup of Excellence came here. We have an auction there, and now Thai coffee just grow themselves. And I believe that in the future you would see more on the Thai coffee in different processes, different flavor, different farmer, like we see from Colombia or we see from Ethiopia or Panama. We will see more of that from Thailand. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm here in the US also. Like that's one of the passion that I'm here today. I just want to expand it and get people to know about the Thai coffee, telling them the story, how crazy they are, how innovative they are, and one day I want to bring them to this country, just to visit, to see like how the coffee scene is like. Cause one of the story that I like a lot from the farmer, there's one farmer in Chiang Rai, I think, I'm not sure it's between Chiang Rai and Chiang Mai. It's like the border. And he was talking to me that once in his life, he went to Bangkok for the first time. And he was like, he never seen Bangkok before, and Bangkok blow his mind.
Mm.
And when he come back home, he speak to the kid, he speak to his nephew, he speak to the neighbor or the friends, explaining how Bangkok is such a big thing. It's so different from that they are staying. Cause in their house, it was like just mountain, tree, coffee, like flour, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And now they've seen things. They know this is what customer need. This is what a customer want. Customer drink a coffee like this. We need to do something to make coffee for them to be able to like drink great coffee that suit to them. Or you can call like customer research or UX designer. And
Right.
I want them to come here to the US
Yeah.
to see how the coffee scene is, so they can go back home and inspire the other that
Yeah.
they
You're
have
like
come with it.
trying to collapse the supply chain so that the producer farmer has more contact with the
Right.
customer and vice versa so that they can understand each other better.
Also, yes, also, yeah, at the same time, yeah. I just want them to see, and it's like a dream for the farmer when they have a dream, you get excited with that too. Like, oh, I need to make this because I can do this better. I came to Bangkok, I seen this. Wow, this customer want this. I should produce more on wash process. Oh, this is like I see that so many from so many farmers, and I'm so excited too. And this excitement keep me up to date every day to be able to like deliver this message to the other.
Yeah. Well, what specifically are you doing in the U.S. then? How are you using your time to spread the word about Thai coffee?
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I'm starting a new roaster called Newberry Street. Newberry with the E. So
Mhm.
Newberry, usually Newberry with the U, right? It's a street name or the city in the UK. But
Sure, sure.
Newberry, I mean that new and berry, which I want to introduce new coffee to the US with
Yeah.
the Asian vibe. So that's why I name it Newberry. And it's
Mhm.
also in some kind of immigration, the protecting and stuff, like when you search for it. And I think this should be the name for my roaster. And
Mhm.
I want to promote all the coffee from Thailand and also other country as well, because I think not only Thailand that need help on this, but
Mhm.
in China, people still don't know that there's coffee exported from Yunnan and Taiwan and other places. So I want to be the bridge for myself for deliver some Asian coffee, Southeast Asian coffee to the land that is different.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm trying to approaching this. But starting business is hard, and I just moved here recently, so I'm very new to the US.
Well, welcome to the U.S.
Thank you. It's been a difficult time because everything changed, but you need to start doing something to make it work, right? And yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I hope is to get into the Thai coffee and the Asian coffee very soon. Right now, it's because of a lot of costs that of the production that I have to do. So I already roast like Colombian coffee, Ethiopian coffee, Brazil coffee right now, just to start and testing the market. But after it kickstart, then the farmer story will come for sure. Right now, I'm helping the other country promote their story now, like Brazil. So I talked about like how Brazil innovation and the new process that coming in, and very soon I'm already talking to the coffee from Thailand and the farmer. It will ship to here. It will be expensive, but I think it worth trying. I don't think I will sell it expensive. I want people to be able to see it first, like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see, oh, Thailand have coffee. Why I didn't know that.
Show them what they've been missing.
Yeah, I've been missing. That's my plan. It should launch very soon, August or maybe September. Need to wait for the coffee, and then things will start to kick out. And that's my role here, being
Awesome.
another channel for them to expand their market and name.
Yeah, yeah. Do most roasters in Thailand work with just one farmer, or do they work with many farmers?
That very depend. Some of the coffee roaster they know all the farmer. Yeah, like they work with all the farmer, and it's kind of a connection based. And some of them who doesn't have this access, they only work with one farmer.
Yeah.
The small roaster always work with one farmer, but the bigger roastery, oh, they have a multiple farmer. Yeah.
Mhm. That's great. Well, thank you so much. I don't think I have any other questions. Do you have any other like stories or pieces that you want to share before we wrap up?
What the other story I could not think of right now. Let me see if I write anything down. Oh yeah. I think this is important. Coffee festival in Thailand now is one of the second biggest attendance in the world. In Korea, there's the highest attendance, right? In Asia, sorry, in Asia, not talking to the world.
Sure, sure.
Now I think we are the second with this
Wow.
register. We have like 4,000 people, 40,000 people coming to the event. Yeah, with the
That's
coffee festival, that's a lot of people.
that's
Uh,
crazy, especially for having grown in just the past. I mean, you
right,
said
three,
kind of all of
five
that
years,
since, yeah.
right? But Thai coffee, in the history of Thai coffee, we've been here for a while, but we not like Ethiopia that have a long term like grow coffee.
Yeah.
But back then when I forgot which year, I could give you the year later. When the coffee came to Thailand at the beginning, it's been there for a while already. But
Mm,
then we just never exit
yeah.
because we produce a low grade coffee. I can say low grade or maybe a not high quality grade. So
Sure. Not
people from
specialty.
yeah, not specialty. So the people from Starbucks or other brand would come by in a very huge volume of it, and then they go roast their coffee, right? I know that Starbucks is one of the clients that just purchased the whole farm and then produce their own coffee. Yeah, and that I think that's seen in the past, and now they're still doing it, but the coffee is getting more expensive, so they could not buy the coffee from us. So they go maybe Vietnam or the other places for more.
Mm, mm. The Thai people are getting harder to exploit
Yes.
because they know what they have.
I think it's because of the production that this year kind of you don't have much produce, you cannot produce more, and you
Yeah.
probably have a limitation of your coffee bean. You have to make it work every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That actually reminded me of another question in terms of Arabica versus Robusta. Do you know a lot about like what's the split in Thailand? Do you mostly just work with specialty? What do you know about commodity?
Yeah, for the Robusta, I think Thailand is also very big. We also have the five Robusta, just like Vietnam right now. Because Vietnam focus on five Robusta a lot. They even have the option on it, which is great. And now in Thailand, we have a lot of Q grade on Robusta. And I think it will keep improving more on the speed on that. I think we will catch up on the Robusta as well. Before in the past, Thai people produce more Robusta than the Arabica. But now I think it can be even almost the same or even higher in Arabica now because it's like people consume it more. And all the Robusta would be like more on instant coffee and other places. Of course, they still produce high volume of it, but I think Arabica should be more now. I don't have the correct information on this, but what I believe is that I see more Arabica in the scene. So I would assume that now there's more Arabica up there. Should be like 60 and 50 and 40%
In the north.
in the north. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, cool. Great. Do you do much of fine Robusta or are you mostly on Arabica side?
Currently on Arabica side, but of course I know a lot about Robusta too. But I just don't understand the Robusta. When I drink it, I get headache. It's just 2 times caffeine, so
Not your thing.
I'm not my thing, and I try to roast it when I cup them. It's very bad. Like Robusta just give me headache when I drink. Oh man, it's so much caffeine here.
Stick with what works. It sounds like what you already were doing is working for you.
Yeah, but for American, I think Robusta is great, and I believe that one day I'll bring Robusta to the US too. Like, we produce a lot of Robusta too.
Awesome. Well, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's all the questions I have. This was super interesting, and I really appreciate your insights both on the producing side and then also on the cafe side. Oh,
I learned so much about Thai coffee. This interview really made me want to travel there. Let me know what surprising information you learned from this interview in the comments below. Or if you've been to Thailand, tell me about your experience. The full article for Coffee T&I should be out pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. And make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to get more coffee content. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.